It's time for another episode of the Film Room, and today we're going to take a look at Texas A&M defensive end Shemar Stewart. Here is a player that I think is going to be shooting up draft boards. You got a 6'5", 281-pound freak of an athlete whose best football is ahead of him. He tore it up at the Senior Bowl. He's probably going to tear it up at the Combine. This is done before the Combine. And he's going to be a household name when it comes to the 2025 NFL Draft. So if you're not familiar with what I do in these videos, I like to take clips. I like to take plays from a couple of his games to kind of showcase, highlight the type of player Shemar Stewart is. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. Now, as I said, Shemar Stewart's a freak of an athlete. Here he is against Notre Dame. He's lined up as their right defensive end. 5 technique here against this left tackle. And Notre Dame's going to make a mistake. And what they're going to do is they're going to kind of, I don't know if they're trying to seal him or they don't think he's going to matter, but they kind of leave him free inside, and he's able to just explode down and make this tackle for loss. And as we see it in full speed, just the quickness, the lateral agility, and then just the ability. I mean, look, he's essentially a gap and a half, maybe even 2 gaps away. He's able just to close down quick and make this tackle for loss. Just the lateral agility, the burst, the explosiveness is impressive from Shemar Stewart. And then here against Missouri, he's lined up as the left defensive end. Once again, 5 technique. And they're going to make a little quick pass after off the play action to the outside. And just look at the acceleration he has to be able to catch this receiver. Just that ability, he changes direction and just bursts forward and is able to catch him. And I know he got hit by the receiver, ran into the receiver in that. But a guy at his size, like I said, 6'5", 281 pounds. I mean, there's defensive tackles that are small defensive tackles that are 281 pounds. And just that explosiveness, that acceleration to be able to catch him and be in a position to make this tackle is beyond impressive. But how does this translate? How does this speed and explosiveness, how does that translate to him as a pass rusher? Well, here against Notre Dame, he's lined up, looks like wide 9, and at the snap, we're going to see that speed. He's going to look like he's going to push inside, even does a little fake, and then is able just to put that foot down, bend around the edge, and get the pressure. Now, he didn't get a sack here, but just that speed, the change of direction, putting that inside foot, making it look like he's going inside, and then his quick burst outside. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here with this. And not only do we get the speed to kind of essentially freeze this left tackle, but then look at the bend around the edge. Sinks down a bit, has that ankle flexibility, and he's able to turn that corner and get to the quarterback. I mean, nearly get his hand on the quarterback, and that's with this left tackle essentially riding him down. And then here against Missouri, once again, lined up as the right defensive end. I love his athleticism here. He's going to loop inside. So he pushes at the left tackle and then just a quick burst inside. And then just look at that bend. That bend to go around the left guard. Just really sinks those hips and gets there and, forces the quarterback to flee. And he does lose his footing and he doesn't finish with the sack. But he still forced this quarterback out, and essentially it would have been nice to have him there. But like I said, that quarterback was in a position where he was a little outside, was able to then flee. But just the athleticism, the agility, the bend, these are things that defensive line coaches just salivate over. Now, after rushing from the outside, we're going to see Shemar Stewart lined up at the 3 tech. That's the nice thing about being 6'5", 281 pounds, is you can also play inside. And here he is, 3 technique against the left guard. And what I love here is, once again, pushes inside, gets this left tackle to kind of slide inside, and then just a quick burst, and the bend once again. He's not finishing with sacks here, but we're still seeing him make an impact. His quickness, two-hand swat, he's forcing Riley Leonard to flee the pocket and essentially, took a loss here. And that's all because Shemar Stewart flushed him out of the pocket, and he had nowhere to go. So far, I've been highlighting his athleticism and his explosiveness and his speed and his agility and his bend. He's also got some power, too. I mean, 6'5", 281, you're hearing me repeat that constantly. But he's got some power to him as well. So here he is, left defensive end, 9 technique-ish. And he's going to use that speed and quickness to push upfield. But then we see the bull rush, pushing his guy back, once again, forcing the quarterback to flee. And he does it again. Not a sack, but because he has that speed to power, he's able to knock that right tackle back. He's able to get into the backfield, flush Riley Leonard off, and once again, he's having to run for his life. All right, so how does this relate to him as a run defender? Everything I've shown you so far is him rushing the passer. But it does. So here we see him on the left-hand side, the left defensive end, going against Armand Mimbu, who's another potential first-round pick. And Stewart's able to just attack at him, not in the best position here, but then just uses his power to shuck him inside and then helps to make the tackle here. We see it in full speed, just goes, lifts him up, shoots himself inside, and by sheer just being a bull in a china shop, he's able to help make this tackle. Here in this play, once again, left-hand side against Notre Dame, we see his ability to set the edge. He's able to use his length. He's got great length and strength to set the edge, especially with a one-arm stick. He's in a great position. The ball's coming to his side. Just helps that his star teammate, Nick Scorton, comes in on the backside and makes the tackle for loss. But Stewart was in this position. He's here. He engages, gets that one-arm stick, holds the point. If Scorton doesn't make a tremendous play himself, Stewart's in a position to get that running back around the edge. And then we kind of all tie it in together with this left defensive end, 4-eye technique over there, going against the right tackle. Tight end's going to block down to try and stop him. He's able to engage and then come off, despite getting held, to kind of help make this tackle on the quarterback power. We see it in full speed, just the combination strength, shedding off. While he didn't make the tackle, he was there to help out. There is so much to like about Shemar Stewart as an NFL draft prospect. Not only does he get great size at 6'5", 281 pounds, he's also a tremendous athlete. As I showed you throughout this video, tremendous athleticism, speed, burst, acceleration, bend, power. The only thing is he's kind of a raw prospect. At no point in any of these clips did I show you really him making a move. He did kind of do a little two-hand swat going in from that 3 technique, but that was about it. He's a raw athlete. Reminds me a lot of Trayvon Walker of Georgia, who ended up going number 1 overall to Jacksonville. Same type of thing. Was big, super athletic, unrefined, went number 1, a little slow going, but he's looking like he's going to be a pretty good player for the Jaguars. And I see a lot of that in Shemar Stewart. Tremendous athlete. Best football is ahead of him. He's going to have to go somewhere where they can develop him, but I think he can do it, and I think he's going to be a top 15 pick in this 2025 NFL draft. So that's going to go ahead and do that. If you like the videos, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time.